I love you, bitch.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you. I look the same as I did in my Etsy video because I am filming it right after I filmed that one and I'm too lazy to change. And also I feel really cute today, so I don't feel like changing. Quick disclaimer, if you are under the age of 18, please click off this video. This is not for you. We are talking about some adult-related content today and adult-related topics today. So yeah, I have plenty of other videos that are not adult-related. And so please just click off this video if you are not 18 or older. Thank you. But today's video is going to be an extension off of my last video, well, not my last video, the one before my last video, the dating video, because I got a lot of supportive comments saying, like, make more sex-positive content, make more content related to that. And so I was like, what better way to do that than a Q&A? So I asked on Instagram, I asked on my community tab, and I asked on Discord. I asked y'all to ask me questions that you may have relating to dating, intimacy, whatever, post weight loss, or as a or as a mid-size, plus-size person, or just in general. Because I love talking about this stuff, and if I can help you in the process of me just talking about it, then so be it. That's gonna happen. So let's just get into the question. All right, I'm going to start with the one question that I had emailed to me. My community tab, I put my email on there so people didn't have to ask the questions in public if they didn't want to. That being said, I'm not going to be disclosing any names who asked these because I don't know if anybody really signed up for that, so yeah. All right, let's start off. This was an email. It says, "Hi Megan, first, please let me say what a breath of fresh air your channel is. Second, thank you for opening yourself up to the internet and being so honest about your life experiences. I know they make a lot of people feel not so alone." Thank you. That means a lot. My question is, does your body dysmorphia from weight loss have an impact on your sex life? And if so, how do you combat that? So I talked a lot about this in my last video, because my body dysmorphia does have a pretty big impact on my sex life. Not so much anymore, but it definitely did, because I quite frankly don't know what I look like, right? And anybody who deals with body dysmorphia knows that that's a thing as well, and that can be really hard to deal with the self-confidence issues that come along with that. And like I said, it's not so much of an issue for me anymore because of the same piece of advice I gave in that video, which is, you may not know what you look like, but your partner does. And your partner knows what you look like. And if they have seen you, just in general, like in person, in pictures, whatever, if they have seen you, whether it be naked or not, they know what you look like. Like, they have a general idea of what you look like. And so seeing you without clothes on is probably going to be even more of a treat, right? And coming to terms with that really, really changed the way I looked at dating and intimacy, because I was like, oh, what a point, right? Like, that totally makes sense. Like, I may not know what I look like all the time. I may not like what I look like all the time, but my partner does. And my partner is attracted to me. So I'm just gonna go with it. And I think that is probably the best piece of advice I can give anybody relating to body dysmorphia and intimacy, because it is something that affected my dating life and sex life a lot in the beginning. Even though I always came off really confident, like in encounters and stuff, but on the inside I was freaking out. But now I'm confident and I'm not freaking out. So it's a win-win. All right, and I think I got one on my community tab post, so let's go over there. I didn't get a lot of questions, but I still wanted to make this video because I thought it would be fun. I needed to think about this one, but does your loose skin have the same sensitivity or is it numb? Thanks for asking. I don't know if you mean my loose skin on my belly or on my chest or whatever. But my belly never really had a feeling, so that hasn't really changed. My chest is a little bit more sensitive, but I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. And that's really all the loose skin I have, besides like in the insides of my thighs, which also doesn't feel any different. So I guess I wouldn't say it's like numb, because I can definitely feel like touching there, but like it's not more sensitive, if that makes sense. I got a couple questions asking about what it's like buying lingerie and what my favorite brands are for like curvier, squishier bodies. And honestly, buying lingerie now is so much fun. I love buying lingerie. Even if it's just for me, I love buying lingerie. It makes me feel so beautiful and sexy and empowered, and I love it so much. And I do find it easier to buy lingerie now because my size is more readily available in stores, so I can like try it on. But some really, really good online lingerie stores. My favorite is Savage X. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them in any way, but Savage X Fenty, Rihanna's brand. The only thing is I have to size up with them, but when I do size up with them, it's just chef's kiss. They have, and it's so soft, like the lace is really soft, and it's just really comfy. A lot of the lingerie I own is from them. I hate Victoria's Secret. Just morally and quality-wise, I hate Victoria's Secret. And I also really like Adore Me. Adore Me is a subscription service, but you can skip it. It's like Fabletics, those kinds of things. Savage is also a subscription service, but you can skip it. But their lingerie is really great too. And pretty much everything they make in regular sizes also comes in plus sizes, which is really cool. I've been wearing Adore Me like undergarments and lingerie since before I even started losing weight, and it has treated me well in both ends of the spectrum. So yeah, Savage X Fenty and Adore Me are my two favorite lingerie brands so far. I haven't really ventured outside of those two, but I definitely want to. I also go to Target. Target has really nice like lacy bits, and yeah, but it's definitely become a lot easier just because my size is more readily available. And also I think my newfound like sense of confidence has helped make it easier as well. But I would say if you are like feeling self-conscious or whatever, but you want to try lingerie, try something like a baby doll or like a corset or something that's like relatively fuller coverage, but like is still super sexy. And I have like a like sheer robe that I put over things, and that just amps everything up as well. But yeah, I love lingerie. It's definitely gotten easier to shop for, and those are some of my favorite brands. I don't know if I'd actually be able to do a lingerie video on YouTube, but we could still kind of talk about it. So let me know if you want me to try and figure out a way to do that, because that could be fun. My tummy makes suction cup noises when I'm on top. Does this happen to you too? Yes. And that ties into another one, which I died when I read this. Please don't credit me, but like apron tummy during sexy time, it's the wrong kind of slap sound. Y'all are so funny. I was like laughing at some of these because the way you word things is hilarious. The number one question that I got by far was about being on top. Totally understand, really understand, because I was afraid too. But even like early on in my sexual experiences, I was like kind of afraid about it, but then I was just like, you know what, Megan? Fuck it, okay? If that's how he goes, that's how he goes. But I can tell you, you are not going to suffocate him. This goes for face sitting as well. I got a question about that. You are not going to suffocate him. You're not, because let's just think about it logically, right? We're all like decent humans here. Like, I would like to think so. And so like, if you feel someone like suffocating underneath you, you're not just gonna stay there. You're gonna move. And like, not that that's going to happen, because I assure you he can breathe, or she can breathe, whoever can breathe. But like, if they start struggling, you're gonna move, and that's gonna be fine. But that's not going to happen, so forget about that. But thinking in extremes, if that does happen, you're gonna move. So like, don't worry about it. But also, typically, from my personal experience and my research that I have done independently, people who are into that kind of thing like the thickness. They like the feeling of the thickness, whether you are on the top or you are on the bottom, but you are still on top, and they like that. They like the pressure, they like the squish. And I have had experiences with many different kinds of men, in my case, and they all like that equally. So use it to your advantage. Think about this, okay? I went to art school, right? And these are what goddesses used to be sculpted as, okay? They were squishy as fuck, because that was considered, like, beautiful and sexy. And I know that's, like, what fat acceptance people say all the time, but there's some truth to that, right? And so, like, I just feel like the squishiness of the female figure is, like, really, really appreciated by men, women, and everything in between who are attracted to women. So, yeah, I would definitely say just don't worry about it. I know that's really hard to do, though, because I was there once, too. But it didn't take me very long just to fucking go for it, you know? Just go for it. Even if you're terrified, just go for it. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But, like, just go for it, because it's really fun and it feels really good. Okay? Listen to Megan. Listen to me. I promise you it's worth it, okay? Someone also said, it's not a question, but a position. If you don't like your belly touching your partner's, try reverse cowgirl. Solid point. Thank you for that point. What's the biggest difference? And I'm assuming they're asking what the biggest difference is in, like, my sex life. And I've talked about this a lot, but it's just that it exists. Because I did not start having sex until I had lost about 60 pounds. And I do find that there are more people attracted to me outwardly, and that goes along with another question, was, are there more options now that I've lost weight? And yes, it is kind of unfortunate, but it is nice to feel desirable. And I have to stop thinking of it from the negative standpoint of, like, wow, this is really sad, because people weren't attracted to me and now they are. And I know that's an extreme as well, but, like, I have to stop thinking like that, because now it's just nice to, like, feel attractive, like, for myself, you know? And I don't feel like that all the time. See my body dysmorphia video, but yeah, it's really nice to feel confident and beautiful in my own skin. Not that I wasn't beautiful beforehand, but I'm a lot more confident now, and there are a lot more options, as the one person put it. How do you handle him touching the pooch? Mine is small, but I don't know how to feel okay with it. Honey, if he likes it, he likes it. Let him like it, you know? And honestly, I don't think you should ever, 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 ever place your self-worth in your partner. That's not healthy. But treat it as an ego boost, you know? Be like, ooh, he likes this. I'm going to let him like this, because I might not like this about myself, but he likes this, and it makes me feel sexy because he thinks it's sexy. Just let him. And I know that's easier said than done, but once you can jump that hurdle, if he likes it, just go with it, girl. Go with it. Or person, I don't know what you identify as, but, like, just go with it, because if he likes it, he likes it. So that's all I have to say about that. Have you ever felt fetishized, like felt pursued by a chubby chaser or something? No. And this is something I'm really grateful for, because I do know this is a really common thing, especially on dating apps. I did have, like, Tinder Gold for a while, so I could see, like, who liked me who also had Tinder Gold. I was bored, okay? And I did get a lot of people liking me who had, like, 200-pound plus only, like, in their bio and stuff. So, like, I've definitely been sought after that way, but I've never felt fetishized during sex, if that makes sense. Not outwardly anyways, not in a way that made me feel uncomfortable. But yeah, luckily I've never had to deal with that, so unfortunately I don't have any advice to lend, but I would say that there is a thin line between people liking curvier women and people, like, fetishizing fatness and fat. And that's something to definitely be cautious of if you are in the dating scene. as a mid to plus size person. Any tips on not getting shy during the sexy times? My boyfriend is so cute and I feel so often. And again, like, it's the same thing. Just like, if you think your boyfriend's cute and he thinks you're cute, that's all that matters. You know, if you each want to like take it to that next intimate level, that's all that matters. And I know being confident and not getting self-conscious is really hard because being naked is really, really vulnerable. But I kind of see it as like, it's really beautiful, you know, because I feel like guys also feel vulnerable. Maybe not as much as women do, but I feel like guys also feel vulnerable. And it's like, you both kind of strip that vulnerability and just let it all go. And I think that's really beautiful. And he's your boyfriend, so obviously he's attracted to you, and he knows what you look like, and he wants to do the things with you, and so just enjoy it. Like, it might be weird feeling at first, or you might get self-conscious at first, but learn to love it, you know, because it's something that should be cherished, because I don't place any moral value on sex ever. I don't believe when a woman loses her virginity, she's any less of a person. But sex is a really cool thing, and it's a very intimate thing, and it's a cool connection to have with somebody. And just let it happen, and embrace the discomfort as well, because sex doesn't have to be perfect, movie level quality all the time, or if ever. Because that's just not realistic. So embrace the imperfections and just lean into it. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much who sent in questions. I really appreciate it. I love doing Q&As. And I'm really happy I feel comfortable enough to talk about sex and stuff on my channel, because it is a really big part of life, and it's a big part of adulthood and dating. And I think I've always wanted to talk about it, but like I said, I just didn't at my last job, but now I do feel comfortable because I'm in a new job. And so I'm just really happy to be able to talk about these things with you, because I do like being like an internet sister or friend or whatever. And I feel like sex is a big thing to talk about your friend, sister, whatever with. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Links to my newly restocked Etsy store will be down below, and everything else where you can find me, yada yada yada. And yes, thank you all so much for watching. I have hair stuck in my lipstick. Ugh. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Be kind to yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.